On the day of my diagnosis, I looked down at my trembling hand. My focus flickered between it and the doctor's voice. Both seemed clumsy yet relentless. He struggled to say the word, and I struggled and failed to will my hand to be still. When the word finally escaped, I felt a sudden severing of ties to my old life, a life of youth and health and plans, replaced instead by an anchor, the weight of which felt almost unbearable. Parkinson's. I was 32. Afterward, I remember thinking, shouldn't there be some sort of pamphlet or manual or something to tell me what comes next? What would that look like? Surely, a manual would have told me how rare my situation was. A statistical anomaly, really. Only about 2 to 5% of Parkinson's diagnosis occur before the age of 40. I was 32. Yet there I was in that moment, joining the over 10 million people worldwide connected by this disease. The manual would have explained dopamine, how it drives our body's functioning, and how desperately you'll miss it once it's gone. Chances are, once you've made it a diagnosis, 50 to 80% of your dopamine-producing neurons have already been lost. Without dopamine, your mind and body begin to change, bringing on not just the infamous tremor, but over 40 possible manifestations of symptoms. The manual might caution that Parkinson's tries to silence you. Some, embarrassed by the disease, try to go unnoticed. Others have their voices stripped away by the disease itself. Facial expressions freeze and fade, along with the volume and tone of your voice. You lose your words, your train of thought. Your voice cracks and shakes, along with your confidence. Yeah, it would have been helpful to get this information on the day of my diagnosis, but I also wonder, what might such a manual leave out? It probably wouldn't have mentioned how incredibly strong this group of 10 million people is. Strong enough not to be silenced despite the disease's best efforts. Strong enough to fight for the treatments and cure we deserve, in a world where it sometimes seems that the more scientists discover, the less they understand. A manual wouldn't be able to predict the friends and family and strangers who would show up. The ones who'd say the exact right thing, or even the wrong thing, but they'd say something. How our threads would cross and intersect and form an understanding that our fight is their fight. A manual won't tell you that one email can change everything, that for 6 years of wondering and waiting, it connected me with someone living just 5 minutes away, someone with the same diagnosis in their 30s. We could have never dreamed up that we'd climb Africa's tallest mountain together to raise money to fight the disease that bonded us both, that our connection would weave together dozens more, a community. Reading a manual wouldn't help me realize that I wasn't dragging around an anchor. I was carrying a lifeline that could be used to help when others felt that unbearable burden, when their world started to feel like it was falling apart. There's no way any manual can articulate that although your body will shake and falter and break, as long as we maintain these connections, the collective voice, our fight, and our spirit never will, and the red thread that links each of us will hold strong and steady.